First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been.
Welcome, Rowdy Nation, to the first installment of the NASCAR Weekend Review. This weekend was crazy. It was nuts, and we're going to get into a little bit of everything. First off, I'm going to show you something that happened in qualifying before the race. That's something we rarely see. That's Jimmie Johnson spinning. And I'll give you my reactions a bit after I show you the video.
And then in the word,
spin.
Around goes
Jimmy's
the 48. Will he make contact with the wall? Just keeps it off the wall.
I don't think we hit our turn 4.
And Steve, I apologize for jumping in here, Dave, but Steve, I want to ask you, the rule is if you don't complete this round, you'll revert back to the round that was completed, right?
No, it's up to NASCAR.
Okay.
They can decide at any time during this round whether it's official. They leave it open like that,
see the
so
wheel
guys
hop
don't play. Yeah, that's a great replay right there. The left rear tire starts to hop, and the 48 comes around. But yeah, NASCAR will kind of come over the radio and say, all right, guys, I know y'all are waiting for a cloud or for this. This round is now official, which means you have to go.
So they gave him enough time. Yeah, heard that.
Hear that? Hear that wheel hop? That has nothing to do with rain. You're not going to get wheel hop because of rain.
But the clock has stopped.
Look at this left rear wheel. This is. Look at that bouncing up and down.
So two things when I see that, Jeff. One is Jimmie Johnson's going around, but remember, impound. Those axles, that gear, that drive shaft, the mechanical parts in that car, that is very tough abuse to those parts. He's going to obviously have to probably put 4 tires on, which means he'll start last. That's outside of the impound adjustments, but now there's going to be concern. Will this rear gear make it after this much abuse?
How many times have you seen Jimmie Johnson make a mistake like that? It's not too often, right? So you would think that maybe this is going to hurt their chances on getting a win at Martinsville, where he's had 9 wins. So, I mean, at the end of the race, it didn't really hurt him. He still finished in the top 10. So, at the end of the day, it didn't really hurt him. But because one of the biggest reasons why I say that is because, it wasn't like qualifying this weekend was for a pit stall. That didn't hurt him. But starting in the back, that helped. It didn't help him because he didn't. I don't think he got first stage points. I don't think he got any. From what I remember. So, I mean, I guess we'll see in 2 weeks if it helped. Somewhat helped him or hurt him. This next topic, I think I'm going to spend most of my time talking about this because a lot of people have put their opinion into this. And first, before I say anything, let's get to the 2 drivers. Let's see what they both said after the race, and then we'll talk about it.
He come over and talked to me on the back straightaway, and funny thing was, he said somebody was pushing him and wasn't 2 car lengths between him and the next guy. So, my mom always said, don't say nothing. You don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So, he's not even worth my time. We're going to go on to Texas.
What does it mean to hear this crowd as they were booing Denny, and now you hear the cheers as they see you on the screen?
Well, it's just unnecessary. I mean, we had a clean restart. Brad and I were racing hard for the lead, and there was no one pushing him into turn 3. So I wanted to see the replay. That's what I thought happened, and that's what happened. And it's definitely 100% unnecessary and uncalled for.
You've come so close so many times now to winning. How do you wrap your head around losing one this way?
Well, we had a great car today, and we had an opportunity, had a good restart there at the end, and felt like I was doing what I needed to do. And, I can't control his decisions and whatever the hell that was. So on to Texas.
Thank you, Chase.
I got in the back of him and he spun out, but trying to get a race win. But it's everybody wrecked everyone there at the end. It was complete chaos and just I got in the back of him and he spun out and somebody got in the back of me and I wrecked too. It was a mess at the end. I mean, everybody was doing the exact same thing. I hated for his team. I understand they're had a win for a long time coming, but this is a ticket to Homestead, and I'm not sure. I'm not sitting here saying that I wrecked him on purpose, and I tried to move him out of the way, and he spun out.
What did you see rolling into that corner, Denny? I mean, do you feel like he just didn't make the corner and you had too much mo?
Well, he didn't make the corner because I had his back end jacked up, that's for sure. But I was extremely loose. I got in there too hot, and I got in the back of him.
Wow. Those are some words, weren't they? But the thing is that a lot of people, especially guys like Kyle Petty, and I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole different topic for a whole different day. But a lot of people think that Denny Hamlin is in the wrong. Well, he's not. Nobody is. It's neither Chase or Denny's fault. It's just a racing deal. I mean, what, a lap ago? What was it, in the same spot, I think? He moved, Chase moved Brad. And I could go and I could say, hey, that's a dirty move. But that's racing. Brad saved it. Chase didn't. It's Brad in experience, and Chase, who doesn't have experience. It's just a fact that Kyle Busch said it all in his press conference. Life's not fair. And Chase won't, in my opinion, won't win a race this year. He's not going to be able to do that because it's going to be between Truex and Jimmy Johnson at Texas next weekend. And then it's most likely to be Kevin Harvick who would take the win at Phoenix. And then whoever wins the championship at Homestead will win the race. So, yes, I get that he was trying to go for his first win. And, I understand that part. But, when I would understand if Denny was not a chase driver. Or, playoff driver. If Denny was not a playoff driver, then yes, I would say he was in the wrong. But these are two playoff drivers going for a win that may propel them. I mean that will propel them to going on to Homestead. I know Denny would think if the situation was opposite, if Denny was in the lead, don't you think Chase would do that? Of course he would. Anybody would. I mean, a couple years ago, Tony Stewart said he would wreck his grandma for a win. This is a very competitive sport. It's very difficult as a fan when other fans are saying he dumped him. He didn't dump him. Okay? Matt Kenseth wrecking Joey Logano 2 years ago. Okay, that's a different story. But this is not dumping someone. This is pushing someone into the corner so that he misses his marks. It doesn't mean he has to spin out. Chase could have saved that car. If he was a good enough driver, he could have saved that car. Brad saved the car. A lot of drivers in that position where Brad was would have wrecked that car. Right? I mean, there's a lot of incidents that were just like that, where they spun and Brad didn't. Now, if Brad spun, what would you say about that? What would you say? Oh, Chase Elliott just jumped him. Right? You would say the same thing, right? Or, a lot of people would. A lot of people would say that. Now, if you're a Chase Elliott fan, yeah, I get it's frustrating that you want to see Chase win his first race. But he needs to get better. He needs to get better at situations. Because he knows that Denny Hamlin is going to race him hard. They're both going for a championship spot. They're both going for a championship spot at Homestead. Why wouldn't you Chase would do the same thing to Denny. Of course he would. It's just little fanboys that are mad that Chase didn't win. That's it. All these people are on the same thing that are mad because Chase didn't win. That's it. I mean, I don't know if there were in-car video on Denny or on Chase. But the thing is, this is just a racing deal. It's a racing thing. Don't get mad over it. It's just a racing deal. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So, let's look at the reason why we got to this point. Let's look at the caution before that caused this restart.
Big contact right there. The 18 trying to force his way in. Got into the 22. Those two got sideways. A lot of smoke coming out of the back of the 22 now.
And this left rear tire can affect the whole field. If it goes flat and the 22 spins out, the yellow will come out and decisions will have to be made.
Martin Truex Jr. is going to get by him.
Yeah, the way he's fallen back, I'm not so sure it's not got a little bit of air coming out of it now. He has lost a lot of speed. Remember, he was battling for position, and now he just cannot keep the guys behind him. There it is.
And around goes the 22. Caution comes out. Under 9 laps to go at Martinsville, and there'll be a restart.
Now, a lot of people, including me, are asking, why did Joey Logano not pit? Who knows why Joey Logano didn't pit? Now, as a Kyle Busch fan, I wanted the caution to come out to give Kyle another chance at getting this victory. As a sports fan, as a NASCAR fan, as a fan of the entire sport, I didn't want the caution to come out. I didn't want the caution to come out because I wanted this race to play out. Because a few laps earlier, the 24 and the 2 got together, and they pretty sure one of them was going to blow a tire because they both rubbed fenders, and I think the right, I think it was the right, I think it was the right front of Chase's car that was bit in and maybe rubbing. We didn't know. And then the left rear of Keselowski's was rubbering, but we didn't know. I saw a little bit of smoke from the two, but not that, and not as much as you know, uh, his teammate. But I don't know. Nobody knows. It's people may think that NASCAR is rigged, so they had the 18 run into the 22. I know there's a lot of people that think that. And for those people who think that, you're crazy and you're stupid. Sorry, but it's true. If you think the 18 got into the 22 to cause a caution, how did Kyle know that the 22 was going to stay out? This is not WWE. This is not scripted in a way where, I mean, do you think that the problems between Penske and Joe Gibbs Racing, do you think they're really going to work together? Do you really think that? No, I don't think they're going to work together at all. So, now let's get into this final restart in overtime. I think going into this restart, I was thinking maybe Kyle can win. Who knows? I was happy he was a Toyota top 3, but it's like, Kyle hasn't really been good on restarts today, and maybe he can pull out a hat out of his trick. But so let's look at this restart, and I will show you a little bit of my reactions to the restart, and I will show you a few other fans' reaction to this last restart and the so-called incident with Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott.
Hamlin surges ahead. Clearly out front. The 18 running second. Truex in third. Now here comes Boyer fighting back on the inside. A little bump there out of the 18. Side by side as they come back to the stripe. White flag in the air. Kyle Busch on the inside. Kyle Busch up the racetrack. He moves the 11 up. Here comes the 78 of Truex Jr. into the final turns. Martin Truex Jr. has never won on a short track. As he comes out of fourth, it's a drag race. They wreck behind him. Kyle Busch will win.
Yes, sir. Checker.
Big wreck on the front stretch. A parking lot right in front of the grandstands.
Before I get to the other fans' reactions, I just want to say something really quick. Have we ever really seen a big one at Martinsville in the Cup Series? Like, I don't really remember seeing so many cars involved crossing the start-finish line under the checkered flag. I just thought I would, put that out there and say, when was the last time you saw this? So comment down below if you actually know the answer, because I would actually kind of want to know, because it would be really interesting to me, and so I could also look it up on YouTube and then maybe put it in my next video next week after Texas, which in my opinion may or could be over an hour long with all 3 races at Texas, which is going to be so awesome. I love a triple header. And before this video, these 2 videos that I show you, sorry that they're a bit shaky and that they don't sometimes show the screen. I try to find the best reactions and the best camera work that I could find, but these were somewhat the best I could see that would work to show in my video. So if you want to see these videos in the entirety, I'm going to have a link in the direction. Excuse me. Can't talk tonight. I'm going to have a link in the description below to these 2 videos. And I would actually really recommend these videos because they were really, really interesting. And I watched through the whole video. So I would recommend you guys too. So let's get into these videos. And I will do a little bit of reacting to these videos after.
Come on, Chase. We're gonna... Well, come on, Chase. Come on. Green flag. 4 to go here. Green flag. 4 to go. 4 to go. Under lights here, Martin. Kyle Busch.
No.
Coming towards 3 to go. Come on, Chase. Brad's in the wall. Brad's up the track.
Oh, but Denny. No, Denny Hamlin, get out of here.
3 to go for Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin are battling.
Oh, this is close.
Chase Elliott's still leading.
Come on, Truck.
No, Chase Elliott wrecked. Caution's out. Okay, Hamlin, you
Wiener.
Are you serious?
How did I know that was gonna happen?
Are you serious? The 24 was gonna win the race.
Well, guess what?
He got bumped. An overtime finish now. A lot.
Justin, do you have a comment on this?
Alex, get the light out.
Hey, okay, do you have a Here, I'll film like your knee. Do you have any comments on what just happened?
Hamlin's a...
He's a wiener fart?
No, like Hamlin hit him. Look. Watch this replay. Hamlin didn't hit the brakes at all. That looked like he just... Kyle Busch... I have a question. Who'd you want to win now? Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Truex, or Bowyer?
Truex!
Boyer's in 4th right now.
Wait, Truex actually has a possibility of winning now?
He's 3rd. But Boyer's 4th. Clint Boyer's good on the short tracks. What happens if Bowyer wins?
Sorry, but that to me is kind of funny. I had to watch that whole video because it was just it was so funny how low that kid gets, and I don't know. Alright, let's get to the next video, which, trust me, this next video is much better than the one you just saw.
4 laps to go. Oh, come on, Keselowski. Come on, Brad. No. Oh, God. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, here comes Hamlin. Oh, come on, Hamlin! And he's gonna spin Elliott! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God! Holy! Holy crap! Well, that changes everything! That changes everything! Oh my God! And Hamlin, yep, he did what any other driver would do. Oh my God! Wow. All right, overtime here in Martinsville. Here we go. Oh, God. Oh, Kyle's going to try it. Kyle's going to do everything he can. Oh, God. White flag! Oh, God, they're side by side! Oh, no, here comes Truex! Oh, no, Truex! Oh, who's going to get at the line? Wow, oh, my God, Kyle Busch gets it! And Johnson crashes after the start-finish line. Wow! Wow, and the big one on the last lap. Wow. Well, best time to crash is after the finish. So, wow. The good thing about Kyle Busch winning is that Johnson doesn't have that big of a gap behind the cutoff line. So that means we still have a chance, but wow. I can't believe that.
Before I go on, does anybody remember this?
Let's show you what happened on track between the 22 and the 18.
They're going down the back straightaway. He's coming off 2, headed down the back. Straight bow. They go to the inside of the 2. Little bit of contact. The 22 gets to the white line. Oh, he gets loose underneath them.
Yeah, he gets into him.
I mean, it certainly wasn't intentional. It's just aggressive driving, going for the position.
Let's Kyle keep it out. Keep it off.
And then last night,
must win for the 2 team. If they can hold on for 13 more laps in a crazy battle back there for third, it will be a win that they did need, and they proved once again when they said they needed to do it, they could do it.
Big contact, right?
it's just a thought. But enough of that. Let's get into something that's really, really interesting. And I just won't say anything. I'll just get right to it.
You should be driving like that. Don't be pushing anybody. Dirty dog. A dirty veteran. Learn how to drive. Get up, I'm from South Boston, man. I just want to thank you for what you do. I don't care what these people feel about.
What just happened? A fan a legit fan of Chase Elliott, tried to fight Denny Hamlin after this race. Can you believe it? And I don't know that second guy. I don't know if that second guy was a Denny Hamlin fan or not. But wow. I bet that meant a lot to Denny. I think what that fan did is what pretty much dominoed to what Denny did maybe an hour later, releasing a statement apologizing to Chase Elliott and the Chase Elliott fans. If you didn't see it, they showed it on NASCAR Victory Lap on NBCSN. I don't know if they have it on their channel or if they have it on their website. But I will put a link in the description when I find something that shows that. So, let's get into a little bit of what Kyle Busch said in his post-race conference in the media center. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it was a good day for us. You know, we weren't great, but we just kind of kept ourselves running up front all day long. Awesome pit stops kept us up there as well too, and being able to have a really good M&M's Toyota today. It was I thought there when we got the lead that it was going to be our day the rest of the way, but just wasn't meant to be. We just kind of lost the handle on it there right at the end of the stage 2 and just wasn't quite able to get it back. A couple of those other guys really got good going there at the end. Brad, the 22, the 24, and so it was just chaos kind of there at the end and just what all was happening with those restarts. So you just kind of had to stay on your toes and try to keep your nose clean, kind of try to stay out of trouble. And fortunately, you know, we were able to keep our back bumper clean and clear, and then, you know, race for the win there on that last restart with the 11 and was able to bring it home. So real proud of all of our guys, our whole team, and being able to get ourselves another opportunity to go race for a championship here this year. Yeah, it's not the norm for me, or what? Typically, I try to race well, try to race clean, try to do a good job to leave here with not too many people mad at me. But you know, we kept our nose clean all day long. It was a great opportunity for us to have a fast race car. We just kind of ran, you know, first, second, third, fourth all day long, and was going to probably finish fourth. Except there was a couple opportunities there at the end where I was able to find a hole, and the 22 kind of closed it. They were getting into turn 1, and a lot of things started happening there. But then, you know, the 24 and the 11 getting into it with one another, the seas just kind of kept parting for us and kept opening up for us to be able to get up closer to the front. And, you know, we were able to take advantage of that today. So just really anxious, I guess, to race for a championship again, and excited about that and being able to go to Homestead now and not necessarily have to fret over the next 2 weeks. And, you know, we'll focus on the next 2 weeks and being able to go race for wins still in order to kind of keep everybody on their toes and everybody worried about whether or not they'll get through on points or not. But we'll see what happens.
The system.
Life ain't fair, bud. So, you know, it was what's fair is and what's not is irrelevant. I just think that when it comes down to the end of the race and you're racing for a win like that, and you see the white flag waving, you got it, and the door kind of cracks its way open a little bit, you got to put your foot in there and go get it. So that was our opportunity to punch our ticket to be able to go to Homestead. And you know, Denny thought the same thing, racing with the 24. And you know, obviously I kind of moved him out of the way, didn't crash him or anything like that, and was able to go on and get the checkered flag today. So great for our team, great for Joe Gibbs Racing still to have a car you know, solid and in at Homestead. The 11 still's got a great shot. They got speed. They're fast each and every week. So you know, look forward to seeing them get their way through it, whether it's Texas or Phoenix, and hopefully we can have 2 cars there at Homestead like we did last year with myself and Carl.
Who's that?
It depends. I mean, when you're racing somebody like when I was on the inside of Denny getting into turn 1, I was all over the brakes, and I got some wheel hop and got loose and kind of washed up into him and kind of moved him too far out of the way. I didn't want to move him that far out of the way, and then it kind of gave the 78 the inside on me, you know. So that wasn't my intent down there. But you know, down in 3 and 4 coming to the white, when that door opened a little bit, you know, I stuck my nose in there, and he was on his way back down to kind of diamond the corner, if you will. and I just didn't allow him to have that diamond on the exit, so you had to get in there and root and grouge a little bit. It's Martinsville. It's racing. Our car was relatively clean for much of the day, and we were able to win it. So it's a tough balance sometimes. You got to know who you're racing, when you're racing, what you're racing for. All those sorts of things go into play. I think we all kind of understand what the situation was, which is obviously win and you go to Homestead. So fortunate for us to have that. Yeah, it's it's going to be a tough race. It's never easy. All the championship four are going to be fast. It is every single time we go down there. It's crazy to look at it today. How many of the championship guys were right up front in the top 6, top 7. So that's just kind of the way this business is. When it comes down to the end of the season, the cream will always rise, and those guys will always be a part of the race, and be a factor. So we go to Homestead not knowing who our other 3 compadres are yet, but I feel as though the 78 will be one of those, and whether or not the 11 can be another one of those, and if it's going to be the 2 or the 4 or whoever, maybe even the 24 or the 21 for as fast as the 21 was at Texas. Who knows? So I think it's kind of wide open to see how that's going to play out for the rest of the playoff contenders. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole entirety of that crash. I just saw it from behind, and I couldn't tell whether or not he was there or wasn't there. So I have to reserve my comments till I see it.
Right.
I was surprised. I mean, when it's rubbing that bad, you've got about 5, 6, 7 laps. I think we saw it with McMurray here in the spring. He had the same thing happen to him. So what's crazy is I actually smelt it go from rubber to cords and knew it was coming. I knew he didn't have much time left. So, I hate it that all that stemmed that way. But when you're racing for a championship like myself, you put yourself in that spot down the front straightaway 3 wide, and they all kind of came down and crowded me, and I then was hard on the brakes to back out of it. But ultimately, it's too late, and they didn't give enough room to me. So we all kind of got together there, and then I was back on his inside again after he got it all gathered back up, and he just ran me in the grass again. So, it's just kind of crazy that he don't have anything to lose. I have everything to lose. So it's just a product of racing here and coming down to the end of the race at Martinsville. You're trying to get all the spots you can because you know that each and every little point is going to be important. No team orders. Not on that one. I think I was just in front of him. I had just passed him. Yeah. So I was in front of him when finally I heard caution was out. So. I mean, I think we all got to be smarter for our company. Certainly I think Logano lost his opportunity, lost his chance to win. I think they're not really racing for anything, if you will. Obviously they're racing for spots and points to be as high as they can, but when you got to look at the greater good of the company, I would like to expect that our guys are smart enough to do that. Right, Coy? There was a lot of transition today, but I thought when our car was the best was there when the sun was out. We were leading, the sun was out. I don't know whether the ambient temp raised at all, but maybe the track temp did a little bit with the sun being on the track for the 30 laps that it was, But after that, it just started cooling down and just started getting worse for us, So I do better here when it's warmer out than when it's cold out for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. But we just definitely got to continue to work on that and make ourselves better in colder degrees, temperatures. When we were here during the test, it was mid-80s, and we were flying. We were fast. We were really, really good. So we were really excited about coming here. And we showed some of that speed yesterday. We were really good. Everybody was kind of focused on us and looking at us as being the best car. And then it cooled off and got cold, and we were only 4th place. So there's something that I'm just kind of missing here when it's cool out, and I got to figure it out. No, not really, because Homestead is relatively old surface now. It's wearing, getting some age on it. So Texas being a fresh repave the last time we were there, I heard a lot of the colors kind of come out of it. So it'll be interesting to see what the racetrack looks like when we get there next week. But it's not going to be close enough that we're going to have enough to be able to learn and set up anything for going into Homestead. So we'll not really focus on too much of what we do in Texas to worry about Homestead. We'll just do it one race at a time here till we get there.
With the lights?
I thought when the track transitioned from day to night, I thought everything was good. I didn't have any issues at all with the lights coming on, finishing the race under the darkness. I just think that Mother Nature didn't really help things with us for as cold as it was today. Yesterday was awesome. It would have been nice to race with a warmer day for all the fans and everybody in the grandstands. And you know, maybe one of these days with schedule realignments and whatnot, we'll come here sooner in the year and we'll have a full-fledged night race. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, for Kyle, Coy, congratulations again.
Right, thanks.
And we appreciate you guys spending some time with us.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you guys like watching this kinds of videos. I love making these kinds of videos, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll go see you guys next time here on Rowdy Productions.
Second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking